Nancy Pelosi has just made a catastrophic error by inadvertently exposing a secret phantom government, a government or secret police force that acts on behalf of the Democratic Party. Now, before I get into the report, just a quick reminder, get on over to noblegoldinvestments.com. If you don't have an IRA or even a 401k, then now is the time to get one, especially in light of everything that is going on with the economy, especially here in the United States. And right now, with any approved IRA or 401k, any approved plan, you get this 1/10 ounce gold coin that you see on the screen here. This thing is awesome. But give them a call today and let them know that you heard it on Lisa Haven. And if you want more information, it's in the description box below. All right. So just what is this phantom government Gestapo that acts on behalf of the Democratic Party and Nancy Pelosi? Well, how about the fact that the Capitol Police are being used to target Republicans and specifically our Republican congressional leaders? Here's what I'm talking about. Take a look at this tweet that was put out by Congressman Troy Nehls. And here's what he says. The Capitol Police Intelligence Division investigated my office illegally, and one of my staffers caught them in the act. He goes on November 20th, 2021, Capitol Police entered my office without my knowledge and photographed confidential legislative products protected by the speech and debate clause enshrined in the Constitution, Article 1, Section 6. 2 days later, on Monday, November 22nd, 2021, Thanksgiving week, 3 intelligence officers attempted to enter my office while the House was in recess. And this is just days after, one on the 20th and one on the 22nd. It goes on. Upon discovering a member of my staff, special agents dressed like construction workers began to question him as to the contents of a photograph taken illegally 2 days earlier. Capitol Police never informed myself or senior level staff of their investigation, and the reasons are clear. They had no authority to photograph my office, let alone investigate myself or members of my staff. So why is the Capitol Police leadership maliciously investigating me in an attempt to destroy me and my character? Good question. Maybe, he says, it is because I am a vocal critic of Pelosi, the January 6th committee, and the Capitol Police leadership about their handling of January 6th and the death of Ashley Babbitt and the subsequent sham investigation. So here we have a congressional leader on 2 separate occasions get his office raided by Capitol Police to see what he's doing. Now, the Capitol Police have denied these allegations, but I want you to read how they're denying it, because it's just BS. Here it is. And it's found in this article here. Texas GOP congressman accuses Capitol Police of improperly photographing confidential material. But here's what it says. It says on Wednesday, the Capitol Police officials denied their agents were dressed up as construction workers. There's their denial. Instead, they were simply in plain clothes appropriate for the weather. They didn't have on vests or hard hats or anything like that. Nobody accused them of having on vests or hard hats. So because he didn't explain himself right, he called them construction workers, and they're just in plain clothes. You know, it's just debunked. It goes on. And the agents were following up, he says. So here they admit going in. Well, we were just following up to make sure everything was okay, winking and a nod, not to interrogate, a department spokesperson told the Dallas Morning News. A spokesman for Nehls told the news that according to their staffer's account, 3 men dressed in work-type attire, Carhartt-like hoodies and jackets, knocked at the door. They identified themselves as Capitol Police special agents and showed the staff their credentials. The agents were identified as such in reports following the incident. Using documents in the congressman's office provided, Fox News reported that the material that apparently triggered suspicion was a dry erase board with information on proposed legislation related to police body armor and a hand-drawn map of Rayburn's House office building with an X labeled on it near the entrance. An X, right? Which the X was shown to the intern in order to show him where to grab ice. Really? Really? And their other excuse, by the way, and it gets on in that article, the Capitol Police's excuse was, well, the door was open, so we just went in, took pictures, and helped ourselves. This is blatant This is BS, BS. Well, we were dressed differently than you said, but yeah, we took pictures of your office and we went in because the door was open and we're just monitoring your safety. Winking and nod, winking and nod. Really? How come they're not doing that to Democrats? It seems more likely to me that they're gaining information for the Democratic Party. Because this is what they've been all about. This is why they're making bulletins and Department of Homeland Security stuff. It's all targeted toward their political opposition, even their political opposition in Congress. This has gone above and beyond. And guess what? That's not the only Republican that was targeted by this administration, right? Take a look at this. This is Louis Gohmert, our United States Congressman Louis Gohmert. And here's a press release that he put out on February 8th. Representative Louis Gohmert condemns and exposes the DOJ. Now the DOJ is in on the action for apparent unconstitutional tampering of private mail. His private mail, they went through it. And here's what he says. In January, my staff received a letter addressed to my official office from a Christian missionary, which was already opened and stamped with the words DOJ mailroom, with the date and X-rayed on the stamp. Last week, my office received a second piece of mail from a constitute mailed from the East Texas and postmarked September 2021. It took 4.5 months to reach my office. And guess what? It was also opened and bore a stamp from the DOJ. It is deeply concerning that legislative branch mail is somehow being commingled with executive branch mail when we have a completely different zip codes. We are separate but co-equal branches of government. Even if it were a mistake to deliver Congress's mail to the DOJ has an obligation to immediately notify Congress and forward the mail without opening it. This isn't what happened. It is gravely concerning that since congressional mail is constitutionally protected under the speech and debate clause of the Constitution, it could be routed intentionally or not through the highly partisan DOJ. This is felonious behavior. Given reports breaking today of an inspector general's investigation being opened after another Republican member, alleged Speaker Nancy Pelosi's Capitol Police, were in his personal office. This is what I just exposed, photographing his work product. The Democrats spying on political opponents appears to be no end. And think of what's going on with Capitol 6, how they're gaining the records of all the people involved with Capitol 6, even our congressional leaders asking for their phone records. This is spying on their political opposition, downright wrong. And then he expands, and this is a huge point here. Nancy Pelosi has already required offices to turn in the names, the dates, and times of their meetings, along with the purpose of who they met with, for our constitutes to be allowed entrance into the office building to meet with their duly elected members of Congress. She gets to get all this information, the time they met, where they met, how long they met, who they're with. All of that has to be cleared by Nancy Pelosi. Then they are told she has the Capitol Police doing opposition research that is cataloged for later use. She is using the Capitol Police Force to do opposition research, cataloging everything that is going on with the Republicans. We have never seen such a Congress so partisan to such unethical and illegal extent. That is huge. And the Supreme Court, right, has made it very clear that what they're doing, right, they need search warrants for, and they don't have it. This is uncalled for behavior. Uncalled for. And I don't care what Nancy Pelosi says. It's obvious she's got her hand in the cookie jar, even though she denies it. Here we have Washington Times. Pelosi says she's not involved in Capitol Police spying of Republican lawmakers. But listen to, I want to show you this clip because I think it's important. You can't really hear the question that's being asked of her, but the question that's being asked of her is, why are you basically abusing the power of the Capitol Police? And she snaps at the reporter. Take a listen to how she snaps.
Okay, don't waste your time. I have no power over the Capitol Police. Does anybody not know that? The Capitol Police have responded to that gentleman's allegation and that stands as what it is. But I have no power over the police. Thank you all very much. Won't see you for a bit.
I have no power. No power. The Capitol Police have already responded. Give me a break, lady. Give me a break. Huh. Just going after Republicans. You're just asking for the names, the information of everybody they meet with, how they meet with. You're just asking for the phone records of Republicans, you know, for your sham January 6th committee. Oh, and the DOJ is just, you know, opening mail of Republicans. Why isn't this happening to Democrats? I like the way Marjorie Greene put it. Marjorie Taylor Greene calls Capitol Police Gestapo after Gohmert says they're spies. Gotta love her. She's pretty vocal. Also, I want to play a clip of Representative Troy with Tucker Carlson and what he had to say about Nancy Pelosi's Capitol Police force spying on him. Take a listen.
Police exist for a single reason: to protect the Capitol, which is the home of our legislature, which is the heart of our democracy, our elected members of Congress. But since January 6th, the Capitol Hill police force has been subverted by Nancy Pelosi, who oversees it, and Joe Biden, the new president, to become a kind of secret police force that acts on behalf of the Democratic Party. Think we're overstating that? We're not. Members of the Capitol Hill police have been surveilling elected members of Congress, their staff, and visitors to their offices.
Quite honestly, I'm being targeted right now. And I believe that Nancy Pelosi is weaponizing the U.S. Capitol Police to investigate me, to try to silence me, intimidate me, and quite honestly, to destroy me. But I'm telling you, they're coming after anyone that has a dissenting point of view, anybody that doesn't agree with them. It happened to me, sir. I believe the NSA, it happened to you looking at your emails, text messages. Obama used the FBI to go after Donald Trump, Russia collusion, and we know how that turned out. So they're weaponizing these federal law enforcement agencies and intelligence agencies.
There you have it. I can't say I disagree with them at all. At all. There really is no other logical reason that this is going on. Things are crazy. Things are getting crazy, and I can't wait for the midterm election. Anyhow, just a quick reminder, please don't forget to check out my partner, again, noblegoldinvestments.com. If you don't have a 401k, again, now is the time to get that. And look, if you're looking for information on gold, silver, all of that, I want to encourage you, go to YouTube, plug in the words Noble Gold Investments. If I can do it, Gold Investments on there, and it'll take you straight to their site here. Click on Noble Gold Investments. You can see that little Noble Gold thing there, but go there and they have all kinds of information on where gold's headed, how it's headed, what you can do to protect your family in crisis and all of that. So check out their website as well, or give them a call if you want to get in and check out their plans. Call them at 1-877-646-5347 and let them know you heard it on Lisa Haven. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.